Hey guys, welcome back to another comic book review here on Toned In Entertainment. When we left off in issue number 4, the clock was ticking and time was of the essence as Bison's Psycho Bomb was ready to launch, and if not stopped, it would wipe out all of Manhattan. Now, will our heroes find a way to not only stop Bison, but also to find some way to stop the Shredder as well? Well, let's get on with my comic book review for the series finale of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cross Street Fighter issue number 5. Now, when it comes to actually getting their hands on Bison and stopping him, that might not actually be an option, as Bison is awaiting a lift from Balrog to get the heck out of town. While half of our heroes are dealing what appears to be a battle with no solution with Baxter Stockman to try and deactivate the Psycho Bomb from taking off, our other group of heroes seem to be in even bigger danger with dealing with the wrath of the Shredder. And while our heroes will plead with Shredder to please see the bigger picture and aid them, all in order to try to convince him that he also has a lot to lose if the bomb detonates in Manhattan. And while this won't be the most traditional way of agreeing, the conversation does do enough to convince Shredder to ditch the fight and go seek out Bison. While Donatello has done everything he can think of to try and stop Bison's bomb from liftoff, he does come to the stark realization that time has run out, and unless they drain the bomb of the psycho power, Manhattan is doomed. And in a last-ditch effort to save the city, it's going to be Raphael who will step up to the plate and take one not just for the team, but for almost the 2 million New Yorkers who would feel the wrath of the Bison bomb, and he's not going to let anyone stand in his way of doing so. Now, unlike the TMNT Stranger Things finale that I thought was quite lackluster, here at the end, not only do we get to see Bison and Shredder duke it out, but the match of these two titans quickly gets turned into a triple threat match with Psycho Raphael joining in on the fun and letting both Bison and Shredder know who is the most powerful of them all. With the evil forces of Bison and Shredder now swimming with the fishies and Baxter Stockman in custody, the city, it's now safe, and it's time for both the Turtles and the Street Fighters to go their separate ways. Well, maybe not, because Raphael and Guile still have some unfinished business. Now for my review of the 5th and final issue of TMNT Cross Street Fighter. The story, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. For a series finale, this issue does things right. We see the urgency to stop the bad guys, the sacrifices that are needed from our heroes, most notably Raphael, in order to save the city. Plus, we get to see at the end of this issue with Raphael and Guile facing off on top of a truck that maybe neither the Street Fighters or the Turtles ever get to take a day off. The art, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. You can tell that artist Ariel Metal and colorist Sarah Meyer had a lot of fun putting together this final issue, and it definitely shows, with the standout for me being Psycho Raphael, showing both Shredder and Bison who's the boss. The conclusion, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. While the series started off in a tournament setting, it quickly evolved into a story of tracking down those who had evil intentions to put this tournament together in the first place. I thought this series was very well paced, with issue 5 giving us plenty to sink our teeth into, and at the same time wrapping up the story, but also leaving possibility for these two franchises to square off once again down the line. The fun factor, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 as well. If you're a fan of TMNT and Street Fighter, this is really a guilty pleasure read. Now at times, yes, it could be a bit silly, but I was okay with that. Reading this issue and the entire series was just a fun escape, and I really enjoyed every bit of it. So my final score for TMNT Cross Street Fighter is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. Now, if you missed any of my reviews for this comic book series, a link to the playlist can be found down in the description. Now, did you guys read this entire series? And if you did, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. And guys, if you like comic book reviews like this and all things pop culture, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.